stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel-good music, you can move on. Relax, stress-free, leave your cares at home. Leave your cares at home.
What is going on, everybody? What is happening, everybody? It is Tuesday night. It's your man, Russ Mitchell, the homesick Buckeye. I'm with you on a Tuesday night doing what we do, but I am not alone. I am not alone. Rick is here with me. Milton somewhere close. I bet we can see. That's right. There you go. That's right. I am not alone. We have got the Duck Destroyer in the building. Hide your waterfowl. Hide your reptiles. Hide your kids. Hide your wives. Man, it is great to be with everybody here. Great to be, man. It's a beautiful day. It was a great day here today. Sunny and bright. It's getting to the great time of year in northern Florida where the weather is bearable. We haven't had a hurricane or even a serious storm since June. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can get the rest of the way home. If we can get to November, we're pretty much home free. And hey, so what can we see here? Speaking of home free, look who it is, everybody. Carnivore is here. How you doing, Rick? You good, man?
I'm doing good.
Well, your name's not Rick, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Unless you change it. I don't have papers. I don't have documentation. Okay, so your name, in honor of the 40-year carnivore, you may have changed your name to Rick. I mean, we're all Rick. It's like Spartacus. I am Rick. I am Rick. No, I am Rick. So yes, I brought you in, but I was talking to Rick there. So how you doing, Rick? You all right, brother? Everything good? Uh-oh. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. You're either muted or you're Ed McMahon. Well, that's not the Ed McMahon Star Search man. You're Nat King Cole, 1956. All right, how about? You sound like you're buzzing. It's like a buzzing noise when you talk a little bit. So there's some. So we'll let Rick work the gremlins and the iguanas out of his line there. And nothing, Rick. Nothing. I guess I should have. Everybody's got technical difficulties. I had technical difficulties. I started late, and just a couple minutes there. But you can feel free to interrupt us if you can. Kelly, let's go back to you, brother. How you doing today, man? I like the hat, man. You got the glasses on, the hat. You're looking like, man.
I'm doing good, except for I look like I got screens in my eyes because I'm trying out a new webcam I got today.
Yeah. The key is to put the lights above your eyes as best you can. There you go. See, like when you look up like that, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, and I still got the little screens in my eyes.
It's a tough thing to do if the camera's down. See, like where I'm at, my camera is up above my computer screen. So, and the other thing too is the lighting. I have big, bright lights that are shining on me. So the light shining from above me is brighter than the light coming towards me. So it's like I learned that from Adam Lacey. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, Adam is a lot smarter than he looks. And
I have to do that. Yeah, I'll be right back. I got lighting.
It's not bothering us. Just a little bit of lighting, a little bit of lighting education. Rick, you having any better luck up there, brother? I don't know if Rick is frozen or it looks like his nose is moving. Oh, he's alive. He's alive, ladies and gentlemen. He is alive. But we cannot hear you, brother Rick. Can you hear me? Are you in trouble, sir? Are you in need of help? Blink 3 times if you're being held hostage by vegans. I know an Amish guy with a horse and buggy. He can be there in about 3 weeks. We're not. You're getting no audio, brother. Speaking of get there in 3 weeks, look who it is, everybody. I don't know what's going on there, Rick. We're having trouble hearing. You may have to go old school, man. You may have to get the Ed McMahon Star Search microphone. Hey, or call in to your own show and call yourself and talk to them. I don't know. And listen, or you could go. Listen, you can have a great career, second career as a mime. You could just do the box thing, and Rick is doing a tribute to Charlie Chaplin, ladies and gentlemen. He's just anyway. The show must go on, but you're welcome to stay there, of course. Tom, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. Just
I'm doing like Mitch would say. If I do any better, I'd be illegal. So
there you go. Well, you got a birthday coming up here in a few days.
I do, Saturday, and I have a special guest coming on. Thank God. And
yes, I think that's yes. If you have a guest, now, you must have someone other than me because. Because you said a special guest. I know that I'm going to be around there, but clearly you have someone else.
No, you're the special guest, but I'm also doing a birthday party afterwards too. So hopefully I'll have my computer by then. But so I'm just doing a huge for a couple of years. I've been in the hospital during this time. So
yeah.
This is like a huge celebration for me.
Yeah, well, see, that explains it. Having me on as a guest versus being in the hospital. Hey, listen, I think I'm a step up from the hospital. I think that's yes. I can see now. Given
even worse than the hospital, from a rehab. So
now that you've given context to it, I can understand why you think it's great to have me on this show because you're comparing it to being in the hospital in the ICU. So yes,
exactly.
Got it. Let's see who's in the room there. We've been rambling on here, and Rick is trying to connect to Earth from Planet Carnivore. So let's see what we got here. Granny Boo is in the building. Hello there, beloved. Good to see you with us. Glad you are here. And we got Tom. We know where Tom is. Tom is hanging out.
I don't even know where Tom is.
Linda Flanagan says hello. Hello there, Linda. Good to see you, beloved. Glad you're here. Running Top says, "G'day from Brisbane, Australia. Down under. Down under." I love that, man. We are international, man. Call me Mr. International. Player with a passport. I love that. That is great. George, good enough. 0130 here in the UK. And I'm still standing. I love that. And speaking of good enough, look who it is, everybody.
Wow.
Bruce is good enough. Bruce is good enough.
Yeah, I figured,
testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
There he is.
There he is. I hear him now.
Listen,
I got it.
We have yes, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I hope it sounds good.
Yes, all the way from Planet Carnivore, ladies and gentlemen. We have the carnivore superhero Rick Charger Mopar is connecting. You sound loud and clear, brother, loud and clear. So now we can get the official. How you doing, man?
Oh, you're talking about the great weather you're having. Our weather is terrible. Oh, look at Thomas. It's hot, humid, miserable. It just never changes down here. I've been trying to work, trying to keep up, dealing with the leaky roof, dealing with mechanical problems, dealing with the customers. It's just a normal day in Rick's life, but at least I'm healthy.
It hasn't rained here in several days.
There you go, duck and an iguana.
There's that drawing of the duck and iguana.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, hey, don't hold that up, man. Rick's gonna ruin his microphone there, drooling on it. You gotta stop that. Look at Lizzie is here. Hello there, beloved. So glad to see you. I guess my comment got took down. Well, I didn't take it down, Linda. I can promise you that. I don't know. I'm a little slow. Something seems delayed here. Yes, your audio was delayed. That's exactly right. We know where these folks are. Lizzie says she's going for a walk in the park. I'll be hearing you. I'll be hearing you. I'll be hearing you in all the strange familiar places. Let's see. Sandy is here. Hello, beloved. It's very nice to always see Sandy. Sandy says, hit that like button. Only if you want to. Appreciate that.
Already done it.
Sharon Miad is here. Hello, beloved. Good to see you. Welcome. Glad you're joining us. Carnivore Coach Edens. Appreciate you guys being here. State of Head says hi. Good to see you. Cheryl Edwards is in with us here. What else we got? Dearly beloveds, we are gathered here today for this. We love kitchen.
Here we go.
It's the greatest of all time. It says, got my feet tapping. That's right. Yeah. Get your groove on. Leave your cares at home. Some of you are home. That's all right. Let's finish up here. Make sure we get everybody. Says, Rick, fellas, a while so I can watch this evening. Well, we'll try our best not to disappoint you. Main Runner says, hello, everyone. Hello, Main Runner. Smooth. Good evening. Glad to be here. It says, you're never alone. That's a song, too. Never alone. Never alone. Let's see. Danny from Boston. Hello there. Hi from Boston. Hi. Back to you, Danny. Glad to see you. I think Kelly has great teeth, so we have some type of periodontal expert on the.
I don't know why I have great teeth. I mean, I was going to see the dentist to get clean next week, but I guess it must be the lighting or something.
There you go.
It's the
My
light.
nephew Levi is here. He is. I don't even know how old he is these days. I think he's 11 or 12. Everybody say hi to my nephew Levi. He is hopefully not breaking any rules and hopefully getting good grades and hopefully doing well in school and all the things that your Uncle Russ tells you to do in front of your dad. But love you, buddy. Hope you're staying out of trouble. I really, really, really do. Frankie says, we are all Rick. Down somewhere deep in our hearts. Susan Hampton.
Sounds sorry.
Hello there, beloved. Good to see you. It says Rick is quackless.
Quackless?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because of the sound. That's what it was like.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Emmett. Hello there, my dear. Good to see you, beloved. Glad you're here. Let's see here. I think Carnival Coach said I had Rick on live earlier.
That's right.
Rick was out in these YouTube streets.
Yep.
What he's doing. I'm doing good, buddy. What else we have here? I think we're getting down to the ear. Last week I was terrible about. Simmons says, rest in peace, Robert Redford, great actor and director. You know about that. But sorry about old Robert Redford there. It says, all the usual suspects, call the Carnival Police, somebody, yes. Yeah, get them, call them. Anyone else getting a lot of buffering, or is it you? I don't know. I'm not getting any buffering on my end. Sandy New watched all the Redford movies. Had a great life, an icon. Yes, he was an actor, and rest in peace to our friend there. Here. Sandy, we have a great panel tonight. Russ, our great preacher and singer. Well, oh, Lori's here. Hello there, my dear. Nice to see you, beloved. Glad you are with us. Says hi to others on the panel in the chat. And I think we're and CB Carmack is here. Good to see you. Okay, So back to Bruce, who is doing something else right now at the time. But back to you, brother. You popped in there. Haven't
Yeah,
seen you in a while. My friend,
yeah.
look at you, man. You look like you just got back from a deposition, man. What do you all dressed up for?
Now I had a ribbon cutting today. I'm
I haven't heard anything
a
from Tim.
diplomat with the local.
I'm kind of stuck. I haven't heard anything from Tim, and I'm kind
Chamber
of
of
stuck
Commerce.
anyway.
So. Rick, what are you stuck with?
Oh, he's on the phone there. We muted him. Yeah, we muted him there. We don't want to hear about any of those undercover Miami dealings, if you know what I mean, ladies.
Yeah, I know. It's just
yeah, but hey,
Miami Vice coming after us.
Yeah, man. Hey, I will not be accessory after the fact on any kind of crimes.
I'm with you, Russ. I
The
don't
carnivore cartel down there.
That illicit duck food, you know.
Yeah, they ain't blowing up my canoe.
Nope. Well, I had
how you been, Bruce? It's been a while, man. How are you? How's your wife? How's the family and everything?
Well, actually, my wife's doing okay, but then on Labor Day, my dad went and he's 80 years old, and he went and had himself a heart attack.
Oh man!
And it kind of shook me up a little bit. I've always I was emailing with Laura, and I've always been very comforted, but with the fact that I have no family history of heart attacks. So I'm like, I can experiment with myself and do the one N equals 1 and not have to worry about it. And that my dad has a heart attack, but Laura says, at his age, is probably more clot related than plaque related. So
how does he eat?
Probably
does
still
he eat like you?
What's that?
Does he eat like you?
Nope, he does not.
There you go.
For 2 years that I'm carnivore, he takes the statins. He's got
yeah, he does. Listen, that's how most people.
Yeah,
they are sick. They're in pain. They're suffering. They're doing everything their doctors tell them to do. Yep. That is how most people in this country live. And I can tell you this. And listen, I've tortured myself for 50 plus years. I've only been doing things the right way. I'll say that in quotes. I've been doing a much better way for the last couple of years. Okay. But I tortured myself for the first 50 years of my life. And I'm the only one in my immediate family that hasn't had a heart problem. I'm the oldest, fattest of my siblings. And both my mom, my dad, all that. And, just backtrack a little bit. And I believe I would have. If I hadn't changed my ways a couple of years ago, I believe I would have. I mean, there's no way to know for sure, but I sincerely believe that I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't changed my life around a couple of years ago. And I still got work to do. And, I was talking to my dad about this when I was up in Ohio. If I had a heart attack tomorrow, it wouldn't be because of what I've been doing the last couple of years. It would be because of what I did the first 50. Okay, Let's get real about that. But the genetic thing, a lot of people poo-poo that, including Thomas Seyfried, as it pertains to cancer. I think I've heard Dr. Avadia say that as well as it pertains to heart attack and stroke. I'm terrible about remembering these things. But we say things are genetic, but they're not really genetic. We eat like our family eats. So when you say diabetes runs in my family, it's because you all eat the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not that you have some type of genetic predisposition. And to the extent that you do have a small, predisposition to something. Now, there are genetic diseases. They do exist, okay? But when it comes to the chronic things like the heart disease, like the strokes and the heart attacks and the high blood pressures and the diabetes, when it comes to that kind of stuff, there are those that say, hey, you may have a incremental predisposition to it, but it's like having a gun with no bullets if you don't live the way they live. So you're born with a gun, but you got to load it and shoot it by your diet in order to really have the problem. So, it may be a thing where It's not really genetic. You know, it's just a matter of diet, exercise, and lifestyle. I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I mean, I'm just
Dad's always had really good. He has always been very healthy. I mean, he was the one who originally got me onto looking at at having a good clean diet. Of course, it was never. I mean, it was the potatoes and the greens and the in addition to good lean meats and but I didn't know until I started with carnivore that we needed the fat, that we needed that the carbohydrates are part of the problem. So
were you going to say something, Tom? I thought I might have jumped in on you.
I put it in the chats actually. I was just going to say a quote that Dr. Berry says on his channel, but you guys said it already as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too, and again, not picking on you, Bruce. Although I really would like to, but
pick on me all you want, Russ. You do it all the time anyway.
I don't have a reason to right now. I'm just, but but again, just parsing your words a little bit because I hear this all the time, and I think we all do. You said you made a comment earlier. Your dad was always healthy.
Yes.
Based on what? What do you? And this is information. I'm not. I'm not.
No.
I don't have a malicious bone in my body. I'm curious to see what your definition. Back in those days, what was your definition of healthy?
Well, he was a jogger. He was when I was younger. He hasn't done that lately, but he runs an 86-acre ranch by himself, pretty much. My mom's there, but she's not healthy enough, pretty much, to help him. And he's always been on the tractor, walking around. He don't need grounding because he walks around that farm barefoot.
So physical strength, just being active,
physical strength, yes,
hardworking, and not overweight, all those things.
Absolutely.
I hear you, and that's what I thought you were going to say. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't want to speak for you. But here's what I tell people every day, and I had a great conversation with a friend of mine today about this, and I may share a little bit of that later. Your health is not in the mirror. Your health is not on the scale.
Right.
Your health is in your blood. And again, I don't know your dad. I'm sure he's a wonderful man. I'm sure I can only tell by how
he's
much.
An awesome guy.
Well, I can tell by the son that he raised. But I would tell you that,
despite me,
I'm willing to bet you $1 American that his blood work was terrible by our standards. You know what I'm saying? His cholesterol was low. His fasting insulin was high. His liver numbers were high. His A1C was. I'd be willing to bet you $1, only because I've seen it 1,000 times. Yeah. And I don't know the scientific name for this. We've got a lot of smart people out here, so I'm sure somebody knows the name for this. Dr. Bickman talks about it. You have two types of metabolic systems. You have people like me who don't have a lot of fat cells, but my fat cells are capable of getting very large. That's why I can be 500 pounds. People like Lindy or Todd Bachnes, or that can be 500, 600, 700 pounds. And then you have the other type of metabolic health system where they have a lot of fat cells, but they're not capable of getting very big. And those type of people, their blood basically turns to jello. And these are the people that you see that look healthy, seem healthy, and die of a heart attack at 35 jogging. Because their blood is a mess. And I saw it firsthand myself with a friend of mine that asked me to look at his blood work. This guy is 15 years younger than me, maybe 20 years younger than me, 250 pounds lighter than me. And my blood work, you would have thought that we swapped our blood work if you just took the name off of the blood work. I mean, his blood was atrocious. Looking at this man, he's a good man, family man, kids, job. You would never guess how unhealthy he was and how close to a heart attack stroke he was. And my A1C is 4.8. So, it's one of these things that we have to, and I use your dad in this way as an inspiration to everyone. And as I was telling my friend, is like, when you see people that you and your family and your friends that are close to you and you think, well, they're healthy, they're not overweight, and, they don't, not on a bunch of medications, and they're active and that, you gotta check your blood.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta check your blood, check your fasting insulin, check your liver numbers, check, whatever, you just get after it, because that's where your health is. It's not in the mirror. It's not on the scale. Thank you. That's been the Keto Cookout tonight. Have a great evening.
sorry to bring the heavy stuff up front here, Russ.
And listen, hey, look, we'll get back to ridiculousness here in a minute.
Of course,
it's important to share these things. At least it is for me. This is evangelism, after all. It is a social club. It is a fun place to hang out. We do have fun and laugh, enjoy each other, but we also have to charge our batteries up sometimes. Get excited about sharing this message with people and kind of relearn things that we already know. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine who I've been helping with this way of life, and she was a little nervous about going to her doctor today for a doctor's appointment, and she didn't know how her doctor would take the things that she wanted to do, checking the fasting insulin and changing the diet and all that. And fortunately, it was a new doctor. And fortunately, she had a great checkup today. The doctor was very, very, very open to ketogenic diets, ketogenic living, wasn't afraid of cholesterol and fat so much, and encouraged her to, lower her carbs and upper proteins and fats and keep doing what she's doing, and had no problem whatsoever checking the fasting insulin, was happy to do it. So, we hear all the bad stories and all the people that have problems and doctors that are yelling at them and all this. I think it's important to share some good stories. There are great docs out there who are open to listen to their patients and work with them to help them find better health. And I've been rambling on too long. Please talk. Somebody else, please start talking.
We want to go. I was going to go back to, you were talking about, genetics and, heart disease, diabetes and all that. I was always told that, your grandmother Deweese, my last name is Deweese. Oh, she had diabetes, which she didn't have diabetes like type 2. It was something that happened. She got diabetes from complications to the pregnancy of my aunt. Like I always told, well, you got to make sure you take her, watch your diet, watch this, watch that, which most of the time on my side of the family, I believe, just like what Thomas mentioned in the comments, genetics loads the gun, but it's our diets what triggers it, or our bad habits. Like my father, he had open bypass surgery in 1983. I was 5 years old. He smoked cigarettes. He drank he wasn't an alcoholic, but every now and then he'd go get drunk. He worked 16 hours a day on the railroad and almost 6 days a week. And then he, not only that, he drank pots of coffee. I mean, tons of coffee, thermoses of coffee. And also he ate that poor standard diet, because when he was in the railroad in the 70s, they were introducing all this junk. My uncle, his brother, had a quadruple bypass, had a heart attack. He smoked cigarettes, had a poor diet. My brother had a heart attack at 39 years old because he was on drugs. He did drugs. And the only two on the Deweese side of the family that are men that has not had heart trouble is I have a cousin that is the same age as my mom, is 76, and me, which I was probably following that same path, because when I was young, I hated smoking. I hated being around cigarettes. Was my dad smoked. I was around secondhand smoking. But my dumb self fell into the peer pressure and then end up saying, oh, this cigarette tastes good. End up smoking for 9 years, quit for 9 years, started back, but finally quit. But then I also started chewing tobacco, like Skull or Copenhagen, that stuff, and it jacked my blood pressure up. So I was putting myself into that same risk. And when I realized when I had issues with this real high blood pressure, and I'm like, I know what this stuff, how am I going to quit? I ended up just taking the chew, took it out of my mouth, took the spit bottle and took the chew, and I threw it away, never picked it up since. And when I started keto in 2021, when I discovered Dr. Berry, I actually started a low carb carnivore. I actually started, but then I went more keto because I'm like, man, too much meat. I think this is just it's crazy. But yeah, I lost weight, but also end up having some chronic inflammation right behind it. I know I still have I may have an injury because if you watch some of my videos like where I worked on the property, you'll see I have a limp, but I have no pain. It doesn't bother me. I can work 8 hours and not have any issues with chronic inflammation. It's just a simple, either I got a muscle that's tight or I have a physical injury somewhere that's caused that. But every time someone comes around and sees me, says, "Don't that hurt?" No. Have you ever gonna have that hip looked at? If it's not bothering me, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna do my best, do stretches, what I need to do to get through until it locks up and I can't move, or it goes really bone on bone and I have to have it. Other than that, I'm going to continue to go my day by day, even if I can't physically do, if I have to alter a little bit of, bending on the right side or be able to tie my shoe, or I have to have a little help cut my toenails on the right side, whatever I have to do. If it doesn't bother me, I'm not having that surgery.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, Rick had to hide there. The Waterfowl Defense League is sending people around the house there, so he had to go on the lam there for a minute.
WDL.
What about you, Tom? What is your family, I guess, for lack of a better word, history? Is there anybody else in your family that had diabetes or any of those types?
I know of 2 people that had diabetes on my father's side, my grandfather and one of my aunts. I don't know about anybody else. I know my grandfather had diabetes, but we thought for years that he lost his leg in the war. He actually had his leg amputated, and we thought it was in the war. And he even did this thing because he had a wooden leg. He didn't have and he used to add a rod where his kneecap was, and he used to take a stick right through his leg. At least that's what kids thought. He had a hinge for his leg was, and he had a hole in his pants, and he used to take a stick, a wooden stick, and he'd stick it right through his leg. So kids, all the kids, me and my sister knew exactly what he was doing because we figured it out. But he used to scare all the kids in the neighborhood because they would think he was actually sticking a leg through his leg. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm the only people that don't really have health problems in my family are the people that eat like me, or we eat the dealer. My dad had a heart procedure and blockage and had a stent put in, and to his credit, he changed his diet. He and refused to take any of the medications, the statins and all that stuff. And, he had faith in me, and shout out to Dr. Nelson as well, who helped him. And, he just decided not to do that. Change his diet, get his carbs. His fasting insulin is down to 8.5 now. And, he's not pre-diabetic or any of that stuff anymore. And, he watched a lot of videos and listened to stuff and just decided to make some changes. What do you have to lose? At 80 plus years old with a heart problem, it's like, let's make some changes and see if we can make these, the last, we're on the back. When you get to 80, you're on the back 9 of life. That's pretty much it. So it's a matter of trying to make let's go hard up the back 9 here and try to get the score down. So now I know that you had some, your parents, Rick, were, you had some health problems in their latter years. I know you talked a lot about taking care of your mom and stuff. And I'm going to guess you'll say the same thing. You don't have the problems they had at that age because you don't eat the way they ate at that age. No audio.
You lost your audio again.
Lost your audio again, homie. We can't hear you.
I clicked mute on the computer.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
You're good now.
I just had my friend bring me a regulator for my nitrogen tank. I got to fix an AC system for a truck, and I can't find the leak. So I didn't have one. He had one. But anyway, no, what it is, my mom had cancer at 49. My mom had breast cancer. She also had colon cancer. My dad, he had high blood pressure, glaucoma, blood sugar went up and down. And my dad was a health nut. He had to eat the fruits, the vegetables, the juices, the whole grains, no red meat, just fish and lean chicken, avoid the fat, did all the things that he was supposed to do. And he ended up losing his eyesight in one eye. He had, I mean, he used to get itchy all the time and had athlete's foot, and he had his teeth were rotten. He had a bunch of teeth that rotted out, had to go to the dentist. I mean, it was like a lot of little things. And I'm 57. My dad was my age when I was in college. I look younger than he did. I got more energy. I'm actually stronger. And of course, I'm taller. I feel really good. I don't feel any different than when I was in my 20s. That's the amazing thing. And I never go to the doctor, and I haven't been to the dentist since I was 18. So I think that's a pretty good record for someone that tried to give himself a heart attack.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just like those generational curses kind of end when your diet changes. There, George says, I made 60. I don't think I would have done if I hadn't found this community. Grateful for every single waking moment. I don't think I could have said it better. It's a blessing to have life and good health, and the community is definitely important. We're glad you're a part of it there, George. And I feel the same way. I mean, you don't know for sure, but I don't think I'd still be alive, and I certainly wouldn't have had the quality of life that I have now if it hadn't been for that. So let's see what we got here. I thought there was a question in there. Says Carback says, in my opinion, the term genetics and heredity is just another way to fill you full of hope and fear, keeping you dependent on the medical community. Yeah, I definitely think so, because I mean, it does make sense. If your dad is diabetic and your mom is diabetic, it's just like glasses. My mom and dad wore glasses, so I fully expected to wear glasses. To a certain age. I
forgot about that. My parents wore glasses too.
Yeah. And you just squint real bad. You just squint. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. It's logical to people. Hey, if your dad had cancer, you're gonna have cancer. If your mom had cancer, if you're not women who have mastectomies and different things like that, because of the genetics. When I think of Dr. Seaford, whenever I hear of women saying, well, I've got this gene, and so I've got to have mastectomy because I'm probably going to get breast cancer and this, that, and the other. In my head, I'm like, man, what? I mean, I can only imagine what's going through someone's mind when they're willing to have that kind of surgery and do that to themselves to avoid cancer at a young age. You're talking about people in their 30s doing this stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. It is. Somebody's got some background noise going on. I don't think it's Rick.
Myself.
I can mute myself and see if it's me.
I'm just I was muting.
It stopped.
I was Bruce, I think. There may be something going on in the background. It sounds like somebody playing the drums in the background. You got somebody playing the drums in your background?
No.
Ringo Starr's not in there with the Beatles?
No. That was me.
Sounds like something being scratched. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know, but somebody's got.
Can't be on my end.
Hold on, let me shut my little refrigerator off in my office. Maybe it's making.
Yeah, that is Kelly.
That was it, Kelly. It's all you.
Kelly's messing up the show. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get some comments here. I know I get behind on my comments when I get to I get to preaching and stuff here. I get behind. Let me see what else I got. Undiagnosed hyperinsulinemia. Danny says she tries to stay away from the doctor and dentist. MONW, metabolically obese, normal weight. Yeah, that is. I've heard that term, but Dr. Bickman's got another term that I can't think of for the different types of metabolic health systems. And like I said, I guess people like maybe in Asian cultures and things like that, they don't have a lot of people that are really, really heavy, but they are very metabolically sick. And like I said, their blood sugars and their liver numbers and they're sky high, but they don't gain weight. They just don't do it. Let's see here. Danny says, I stopped going to the dentist once I figured out the treatments weren't helping. Yeah. Let's see here. Running Tab says, I'm glad I gave up smoking easily. Yeah, smoking is a rough one. Jim says, Russ, I bet $1 on cheese and loss. Yes, we got to talk a little bit. Yeah, if you notice, Amy and Kurt are nowhere to be found. I'm just leaving it at that for all the football folks out there. But I did bet, says Jim, says, I think genes play a small part, but it's your body, not your family. Just my opinion. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think we lost.
We lost Thomas.
Susan says, hey, Nick, I just got a notification of your Friendly Duckies post. My 15-year-old granddaughter is raising 3 baby buff ducklings. We get some eggs someday. She loves ducks. Now, I've heard you talk about Muscovy and different things. What is a buff duckling? Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the portion of the show we call Wild Kingdom with Rick Perkins. He's a third cousin on his mother's side to Marlon Perkins by marriage, and there is no mutual of Omaha. But go ahead, Rick. What is a buff duckling?
Well, really, there's only a few different types of ducks. Obviously, you have the mallard-derived ducks, and that would include the Pekin ducks and the call ducks and all the other domestic ducks. And then you have, I see Thomas is showing off the muscles. You also
buff duck.
That kind of buff duck, yeah.
How much can a buff duck bench? That's all.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Those are ones Rick needs to watch out for.
See, I'm the opposite. I got toothpick arms. And no muscle here. But no, what it is, that's just another name for what they call Orpington duck. I think is what it's called. Orpington duck, which is it's a United UK British type duck. It's a mallard breed, but it's not, how can I say, it's like a domestic offshoot of the mallard duck. It's not related to Muscovy. Muscovy duck is a very unique duck species because it's from South Central America. But these buff ducks, they're basically mallard derivatives that are from England, UK, stuff like that. Pekin ducks are basically Asian varieties. They those ducks have, they're more of a ducky shape. They're not as big as a Muscovy. Muscovy duck's like double the size of normal ducks. So buff duck, Orpington duck is basically the same thing.
I got you. We appreciate that. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But what people really want to know, and I'm a man of the people. I'm here to give the people what they want. And what people really want to know is, will you eat it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's delicious.
So hide your buff ducks, ladies and gentlemen. If you have buff hide them, unless you want to see them taken to the killing fields.
And I'm the opposite of buff. Let's put it that way.
Yes, that's right.
I can pass for vegan.
Yeah, you look like a vegan. My parents smoked, but I never did, as I saw them coughing all the time. Turned me off. Well, look who it is, everybody. I just talked her. Were your ears burning, beloved? Were your ears burning? Now that we have a representative from Notre Dame, a moment of silence for the Notre Dame football program. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 0-2, and right where they deserve to be. First in everyone's heart, last in the standings. So, yeah, I was hoping so desperately for a rematch and to be. I wanted so much for Notre Dame to have a wonderful season, win all their games, go undefeated, so my Buckeyes could crush their dreams once again, as we did last year. But unfortunately, there will be none of that, family, because they stink out loud.
Oh,
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. So they'll be playing in the Dell Computer Bowl the day after Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving against somebody, But what they will not be doing is playing in the playoffs and winning championships like the Ohio State University. This concludes the Notre Dame crashing segment of the program. We now return to regularly scheduled programming. Keith says, hello, guys. Hello to you, Keith. Good to see you, brother. Let's see here. Amy is working on PhD, which all jokes aside, that's wonderful. Proper human diet, coursework. God bless you with that. Working with the very team here. Let's see if we missed Susan. Hello there, my dear. Good to see you, beloved. She says, hi, everyone. And look at that. Booby Ghost is here. Hey, Aaron. Good to see you, my dear.
Don't go in the line.
Hey.
Everybody say hi to my sister Laura, and do what the screen
Hey,
says.
Laura.
Go online and buy something
Laura.
from my sister Laura. RussellBrands.com. If you need to burn a hole in the sink, just put a couple of drops of that. No, I'm just kidding.
I do need to burn a hole in the sink. What do I need to get?
Wonderful. Her products are wonderful. And they're made with love and made from all natural products. She told me she only uses ribeye fat in her beef tallow
Nice.
products, and that, which is an amazing thing. So yes, love my sister Laura. She's the best. Buy something from her, so she'll stop borrowing money from me. I'm kidding. She doesn't borrow it. I happily give it to her. So, let's see here.
That's funny.
What else we have? Make sure. Carter says, my daughter's in-laws, born and raised in India, are thin as rails but amazingly poor health. Yeah, listen,
Yep.
you got to check your blood, man. People walk around thinking, oh, I'm not overweight and I feel pretty good and I jog and I work out, and their A1C is, and their fasting insulin is 31. Yeah. Go ahead, Rick.
Does that mean I'm going to have a heart attack because I'm skinny?
Yeah, no, but I mean, again, I haven't seen your blood work lately, and I doubt that you'll get any unless ordered by Ron DeSantis. But I'm sure that your A1C is down there with your IQ, man. It's in the single digits.
It might be with my blood pressure.
Yeah, I mean, your blood work, I'm sure, is immaculate. And again, the things that we as ketogenic people care about. We're not worried about glucose and A1C so much. We look at fasting insulin. We look at, the liver numbers. We look at the ratio of triglycerides to HDL. We look at different things. It's crazy to me how I can give a standard American doctor your blood work, and I can give your blood work to one of our great docs, Doc Nelson or Hampton or Barry. They will see two completely different things. In many cases, they'll come to two different conclusions. I had a situation a while ago where I was dehydrated, and I knew by looking at my blood work I was dehydrated because I'd learned from our keto docs. One of the things I'd heard, I think it was Dr. Hampton, that said if you get your lab numbers and your kidney, your EGFR, creatinine, bun, these things all move at the same time in the same direction at the same ratio, then it's dehydration, likely, as opposed to one of those things moving in a direction, aggressively. If they all move together, it's probably, and that's what happened. I was dehydrated at the time I took my blood. If I would have went to a standard American doctor, he'd have looked at that and said, "Oh my gosh, your kidney numbers are
Kidneys going down.
you need to get off that, diet. It's killing your kidneys." No, I just needed to hydrate more. And that's what the docs told me. I did that. And my next round of blood work was perfecto. So check your blood, have your loved ones check their blood. That's where your health is. You don't know how healthy or unhealthy you are until you have your blood work. Danny says, Russ, I thought we were supposed to look that. Yes, I'm so sorry, my dear. I my deepest apologies. We do our best not to learn anything, but unfortunately, when you have so many wonderful, smart people in this community, it's virtually impossible not to learn something. I promise, though, we will do our best to drop the IQ level here in a hurry. Russ summoned me. No, I did not summon you. I just made a comment that you and Kurt were not here. That's all. And I missed you because you're my family, and I miss you just when you're not here. So I'm like, where is my man Kurt, and where is my girl Amy? So they can get this business. They can get this work. Because I'm going to give you the business. And if it was the other way around and we were 0-2, you guys would have been here the first two in the room. You guys would have been here at 6:15 trying to get into the studio so you could give me some problems about my Buckeyes. So I'm talking a little trash, but it's all love. It's all love. And I hope that you get a bye week, and then what do you have? Army, Navy, one of those guys, you can beat them. And you can put on your lucky leprechaun.
Not Navy at all.
You can put on your lucky leprechaun outfit and dance around in your living room while you guys beat the Air Force. Okay, but oh my God, my goodness. Okay, let's see here. Lori says, Daddy, I always start to leave if I start learning anything. That's right. That's right. We are here for mindless. We are here for tomfoolery, hijinks, and ridiculousness. We are. Oh,
I'm just an ordinary maintenance supervisor. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you're not ordinary. According to the crowd, you have extraordinary teeth. So
I know.
Exactly.
I mean, who knew Sandy? Look, Sandy might have been trying to holler at a player there. She's like, "You have a beautiful smile. You have a beautiful." Hey, listen, you and Sandy, you guys might be going half on a boiled egg here pretty soon, man. I don't know. I love it, man. Hey, some matches are made in the room here. Who am I to stand in the way of a good time? George says Overton's a town in Kent, England. I gotcha. Amy says, Jen, I need to go to bed. Yes, there might be time for that. It might be time for that. Yeah, let's not talk about football. Hey, I heard you guys have a heck of a field hockey team up there. You guys are just killing them with field hockey there in South Bend. So. Oh my goodness. Okay, enough. That's enough. We'll call mercy on that. He says, I wonder where the Kent and Kent Carnivore came from. There you go. Shots fired. No, I did not shoot. Those were hand grenades thrown. Okay, there's a difference between shots fired and hand grenades thrown. I threw hand grenades, beloved. There were no shots fired. Hey, I put the gun away. I went straight to heavy artillery.
For the bazooka.
That's all I got to say about that. 08. All right, let's see here. This is waiting on all that money. I love that. Hey, you know me.
Laura, he gave you some free advertising there.
And I support my sister Laura. She is the best.
Absolutely.
So, we give her I do my best. Let's see here. She says we play Purdue this weekend. Yes, you can do that. You can beat them. You can beat. Matter of fact, I would say what you need to do is have some type of Indiana Bowl, and you guys can just run through Indiana. You guys can beat all the Indiana teams: Purdue, Valparaiso, Indiana State. Ball State. Yeah, you guys can roll everybody up in the state of Indiana. But once you cross that border, oof, God help you. Sprinkle Preppers Garage and Garden says, "What is up?" I love that. Not Notre Dame in the rankings. I can tell you that. Listen, I said it was over, didn't I? It is over now. It is over. It is over. No more. All right. Booby Goat says, "Have a good evening, everyone." I think she is shutting it down. Good night.
Already? She just got here.
Yeah.
Oh, So, that's comedy. Yeah.
No steroids ever.
I believe it.
He's back.
Oh, that is great. She says, "Purdue the Chicken Company." Yes.
I went to the University of Dallas. We didn't have a football team. We had a world record-setting basketball team while I was there. It was cover of Sports Illustrated. It was a whole nine. While I was there, it was 86 straight losses, the longest losing streak of any basketball team in the history of college sports. And so, yeah, hey, we were pretty proud of that.
Yeah, my man said Purdue the Chicken Company. That's right.
Yeah.
This week is the
couldn't resist.
Chicken Bowl. Live from South Bend, Indiana. The winner gets a free rotisserie chicken a week for life.
So clean, that's not a bad gig.
Oh my goodness. That is great. I love that, man. That was comedy right there, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Oh man. I hope Amy's a good. Yes, listen. I will say this about my beloved Amy. She is a good sport. And she is not afraid to laugh at herself at all. She is. Now, Kurt, I don't know. He'll take a joke or two, then he gets a look on his face like he will be burning you in effigy later on that evening. One more joke, and I got a doll of you that I'll be poking holes in. Yeah, and he's listen. Kurt is so far underground; they are pumping sunlight to him, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, he don't want no part of it. And I don't blame him. We had some rough years on the Buckeyes back in the '80s, and that I know the feel. Listen, I'm a Bengals fan. I'm gonna tell you about rough. You want to talk about some bad times? Oof. I can tell you about hard times, heartbreak, and setbacks, disappointments. The entire Bengal legacy is one big disappointment. And now our quarterback is out for the year again. So the Buckeyes hold the fate of Ohio football in the palm of their hands because the Browns and the Bengals stink on wheels, ladies and gentlemen. They are bad. So I have a question for you, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
$1 million question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, because again, it may be a little personal. Now that your dad, unfortunately, has had this health problem, and prayers and thoughts to him, is he open to changing his ways? Have you had that talk with him, or is he one of these folks that's going to keep right on rocking with his doctor?
He's going to keep right on rocking with his doctor.
Yeah.
You know, you guys know what's his name? The financial freedom guy, Dave Ramsey. He's got this. He calls it the powdered bum syndrome. Is once they powder your bum, they ain't gonna listen to you.
Right.
So he'll listen to me about computer stuff, but he ain't gonna listen to me about diet.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's what it is. We've all been there. We all have friends and relatives. I have a very close friend of mine. Same way. I mean, they're taking shots in their eyes and all kind of things. And I'm like, I can't believe you'd rather take a shot in the eye than make some dietary changes. I mean,
Yep.
I don't care, man. Let me tell you something. If I was eating the carnivore diet and I was taking shots in my eyes and somebody said to me, hey, all you got to do is eat more lettuce and you don't have to take those, man, I would flush that ribeye down the toilet. Okay. I would get rid, man. I would go right to you would find me with a head of lettuce in both hands. If you're telling me I don't have to get a needle in my eye and all I got to do is eat more lettuce, sign me up. I have a lettuce farm in my backyard. I'll be drinking lettuce. I'll have a lettuce juice IV, family. I'm telling
you, call the cops.
Yeah, I mean, no head of lettuce would be safe around me if that's the ticket to not getting shots in my eyes. But you know, I mean, it's just what it is. So I tell people all the time, save the savable. Some people aren't going to be receptible. Keep sowing those seeds. Keep telling people about our way of life and all that stuff. And some people will hear it, listen to it. They may not hear it when you want them to hear it. They may not change and do it the way you want them to, but they have it in the back of their mind. And when they get sick enough and have enough problems, one day it's going to resonate with them. You know what? I got nothing to lose here. Let me try this because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, I mean, I have people like that in my family too. But, you know, the other thing that I do with folks that are kind of separate, I try to find some common ground. Just try to find something. Okay, hey, how about sugary drinks? How about fruit? How about something? Is there something that you can give up that's not even a big deal, that you won't even miss? Because every carb counts, you know, all the sugar, you know, you can, and then hopefully what has happened is when people start to change, make little changes, get their sugar levels down even a little bit, they feel better. Maybe they're not taking as much insulin. Maybe they're not taking as much other medications. They start, and then it hits them. And then it becomes their idea to lower their carbs and the sugar levels. And then, you know, they'll forget all about you. They'll just be like, yeah, I've started, I don't eat grains anymore. And they say it like it's their idea. You know.
Well, they've got him on a heart healthy diet, and you know, I'm biting my tongue really hard, but because he wouldn't listen to me if I tell him, hey, you know, that's you know, the oatmeal ain't going to help you.
Absolutely not. In fact, it's hurting you. Cranky says that's my mother-in-law. She faithfully gets a shot in her eye every 3 months because she's too old to change now. Man, let me tell you what. Yeah, I can't. I think I've said enough on that topic. There's nothing I wouldn't do, especially if it was something simple like making. And again, the changes that I'm telling my friends to make aren't drastic. Like, because you guys know me, I don't whack people in the head with carnivore right away. I mean, you know, because most people in my experience, they just shut off to it. I try to explain ketosis and ketogenics and carbs and proteins and fats and try to just nudge them, you know, to understanding how their body works and that, and getting them to lower those things and hope that, you know, it's like a spark maybe that'll start a fire. I don't come right in the door and smack them in the head with a ribeye bone. I mean, that's not my, you know, that's not my style. I'm the guy that turns up the heat on the frog a little at a time. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't throw them in the boiling pot. So, you know, if you can get them to do a little bit, every little bit, you know, can make a difference. Lori said good night. Good night, my dear. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Night, Lori.
Yeah. So, what you were going to say something, Bruce?
No, I said good night, Lori.
I got you. I thought you were saying something else there, but
I don't think so.
it basically follows the advice of the ADA, grazing on carbs all day long. Yeah, I had a friend of mine had a stroke. To see him in the ICU, and what they were bringing in there was utter and complete ridiculousness. Just pancakes and waffles and sodas, not sugar free either. It's just, it's crazy. It's utterly crazy. But again, you can't trust people who get paid when you're sick to get you well. And it's not the people on the front lines. They're just doing their jobs. That poor young person that came in there and brought that tray of carbohydrates doesn't know. They don't, they're just trying to pay their bills and make it like all of us. Even some of the docs and nurses don't realize that they're pawns in a bigger game. There's people way higher up that know what's going on. They're just pawns in the big money game. So I don't blame them. I really don't.
Yeah, they're following the guidelines.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Russ, I got to get going, so I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You sent me a link.
Later,
to
Thomas.
Good night, Thomas.
Right,
I'll see
Thomas.
ya.
Ready to wrap it up. We're getting ready to wrap it up here. It's we're an hour and 10 minutes in. I'll read a few more comments and I'll be out of here. We'll all be out of here in about.
Okay, I can wait a couple minutes. Yeah, that's fine.
We're wrapping up here. Frugal says I shot macular degeneration happened after I was keto. I stopped all the seed oils. That fixed it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's it. He says, I can't imagine having to get a shot now. My dad had a valve installed for glaucoma. Yeah. My boss was once getting shots in his eye. No way. I'd rather eat healthy. I'm with you.
Mhm.
I'm with you on all
Same
that
here.
there. Said, I've been here. I'm done. Thank you for the conversation. Pat, yep.
Hi, Lizzie.
Richard, good night.
Bye.
And Jim says, Rick, no dentist amazing or doctors blows my mind. Well, the body is an amazing thing, and it will take care of itself. If you take care of it, it will take care of you. So with that, as always, guys, I thank you so much for joining us here on Tuesday. I hope you had fun. Hope you had a couple laughs. Some of you might even learn something. Sorry for that. We'll do our best next week. Laura's going to be here next week, so I can't make any promises. I really can't. So I appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of the week. Thank everybody for
You
joining.
too, Russ.
All you fellas, I appreciate you guys as well.
Yep.
Until next week, keep your carbs low, keep your proteins and fats high, and we'll see you all on the next one.
That's it.
Bye.